Submit your music to beatsmithmador, GWRSUBS at gmail.com.
You're a crumb creep.
Yo, this is Mike Paris with Avenue of the Arts. Shout out to GEMWORK Radio.
Oh snap, it's Cossack. Listen, fat side on Wu-Tip, GEMWORK Radio, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Big Face Benny just stepped in the building. Ha! I'm here at GEMWORK Radio every Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time, where you should be. Shout out to the whole team of All-Stars, my girl Kick Sue, Brother O.B.E.Z, B. Smith, and O.B.E.Z. It's time to put that work in. Ha!
Yo, what up? This is Homeboy Sandman, and you're checking out the GEMWORK Radio Show every Thursday night from 6 to 9 with my homie Wu Chick Mindy. That's my peoples. Shouts to Tech, shouts to B. Smith, shouts to O.B.E.Z. Boy Sand in the place to land, you know?
Yo, this is Blaine Nash of Notes of the Cosmos and the Blue Lanterns, and you're tuned in live to GEMWORK Radio.
Yo, this is Noah 23. You're listening to GEMWORK Radio. Stay tuned.
Yeah, what's cracking? It's your boy, Black Silver, the Navi, live and direct with the GEMWORK Radio Show. Big shouts to my homegirl, Wu Chick. What up, Tech, B. Smith, and O.B.E.Z. Light a matchup.
This is Joey Alves, one of Aville's finest, and you are listening to GEMWORK Radio, GEMWORK TV, where some of the rarest gems are found. Holla at us.
Yo, this is the body of the life force, okay? I whirlwind through cities when I'm not sitting on top of the sun, practicing my katas, okay? I'm listening to GEMWORK Radio Show. Mountain Time is going down in Mountain Time every Thursday from 6 to 9. They got Wu Chick, B. Smith, O.B.E.Z, and Tech. They throwing it down. They represent the real
Peace. This be the
of every cat he was bringing in, and she can't live with this. But then he woke up sober for a minute. She met the grown up, she fell in love with it. So
peace to Blaine.
Am I nice?
Yeah, you're pretty nice.
Yes, sir. We're gonna jump back into the mix, and then we're gonna have a call with the good
Juice the Witch Doctor.
Oh,
homie.
yeah.
They call Juice.
Big Juice.
Juice.
The Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor.
And I'm very, very excited for this shit. Because I've been seeing it. We just started following each other on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Everywhere.
So I've been watching his movements.
He's everywhere.
And I'm like, yo, he's active.
Yes, very.
I can't wait to run into him when I'm active. Because I'm always somewhere. And I'm sure I'm going to pop up on you. But I can't wait for that. We're going to jump back into the mix. We're going to hit him with a 6-pack. We're going to get the OG on the line. We're going to talk some music. We're going to talk some history. We're going to talk a little bit of culture. And then we're going to get into that Big Face Benny debut.
Oh, yeah, we got that.
Of the 555 LP. Come on.
Yeah, bro. That one was dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait. We'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. You know the motherfucking vibes. GEMWORK Radio, bitch. 6 to 9 p.m. Arizona Mountain. Tell your friends to tell their mama to call their auntie and get the kids and tell them we live on DonkeyBonesTV.com. DNKYBONGSTV.com. We'll be back after this 6-pack. Boom.
Shit played on the radio, submit it at GWRSUBS@gmail.com.
Caminando por las calles en el noche, platicando con el diablo porque no tengo nada. Hasta luego le digo, no puedes ver mi cara. ¿Quién eres? El más loco me dijo. En música representando por mi gente, el comandante, mil máscaras es mi nombre. Oye, te voy a matar, yo soy el muerte. Cuando mueres vas a pasar en el cielo. Día de los ángeles negros para siempre, perdido en la mente. No estoy jugando contigo, fíjate ahorita, mira. Tengo el cuerno de chiva, sangre por sangre. Sabes que yo soy el único aquí. Prende el foco, ya te dije, estoy bien loco. Hecho en el último hora, por favor, pídame más. Perdido en la mente, no sé qué voy a hacer la mente. Perdido en la mente. No me importa nada, más mala suerte. Suéltate, olvídate, estoy perdido en la mente para siempre. Perdido en la mente, no sé qué voy a hacer la mente. Perdido en la mente. No me importa nada, más mala suerte. Perdido en la mente para siempre. El día 8, olvídate, no hay más. Nunca sabes cuándo vas a morir. Muévate para atrás, el tiempo se pasó, el movimiento llegó. Estás todo está en tu mente. Se acabó, lágrima. Dios te castiga, Dios no. Perdido en la mente, siempre.
Compliment my feel like a suit jacket with pinstripes.
We arrived, they rushed you out and quickly inside into a room.
Say word.
You know, that's what happens when your best friend is a DJ.
Exactly.
One of the illest on the planet with a beard and fucking goggles.
And goggles, man.
Solid cat right here, man.
Facts. We got Juice the Witch Doctor on the line.
Hell yeah.
Let's see if this audio is working. Yes!
Yes.
Good.
Yes!
Instant connection.
This ain't
That's
my
always a
first
blessing.
rodeo. It's not my first rodeo.
Yeah, that's damn right. Man, we've been
Yes,
having
sir.
hiccups. Some people get it, some people don't. Some
Yep.
people, I'm like, what the
No
fuck
doubt,
is
no
going
doubt.
on?
Big facts.
Man, how you been, Almighty?
Man, it's amazing, man. You know, I'm constantly elevated, always busy, and keep myself always supernatural.
Say
That's right.
word.
That's
Yes, sir.
right. So for the people who don't know, man, give us a little bit of who is Juice the Witch Doctor.
Juice the Witch Doctor originated with the messenger group X-Clan back in the days. I was part of the Black Watch movement. And my mentor, Paradise, the architect Gray, he's the one who really nurtured me as far as becoming an engineer, really listening to the sound, sharpening my music production. And I stayed in the back scene for a long time until I decided to just come up front, you know?
Yeah, straight
That's
up.
dope. That's dope. How did you get affiliated with Wu-Tang?
Well, around the time with the X-Clan, Mook Diamond, which was one of Wu-Tang's first management, came into INS Studios back in the days when it existed. And he was looking for somebody to produce a 3-demo track for a hip-hop reggae artist that they were trying to nurture into becoming part of the Wu-Tang Clan. At the time, the guy's name was the Deanster. I developed these tracks for Mook, and later on found out that they were no longer working with Deanster. And that was my first affiliation with Wu-Tang, but didn't really come into full fruition until I got back with Full Moon of Wu-Fam.
Word.
That's dope.
Yeah. Dope.
That's dope.
We're talking about
History,
mid-80s,
man.
mid-90s. Yes, sir,
Right.
mid-90s.
Yeah, straight up. That's awesome, bro. So have you been able to, or not have you been, because obviously you have, but how have you maintained it for so long with real life on the other side?
It's a passion, music is something that I was always influenced with, and having a piano at the house when I was younger helped a whole lot, I'm self-taught, I play by ear, and I grew up listening to a lot of the 80s, so a lot of my stuff sound like soundtrack, but boom back mixed with soundtrack.
His beats are dope.
Thank you.
They are,
symphonic,
and you
epic.
always know your beats. Like if I hear
Yes.
a beat, you can tell it's yours. There's that signature for sure.
I love it.
I like to call it moody music, like the soundtrack to a person's life. It's very fight worthy, moody. You know, it you
intro,
have to hear it.
outro.
Yep, it's the whole nine.
He covered it all. That's for sure.
That's it.
Did you, the tracks that we have, like the one I just played, Devoid, did you make the beat on that and record it, engineer it, everything yourself?
Yep.
Everything.
Because I could tell there's like, when you were talking about like your engineering, like coming up and learning that stuff, like you can hear it in that track, the amount of engineering that's in there. Because I'm just like, man, there's layers and there's mixes and there's tunes, like there's some dope ass, like a lot went into this. Like this was a huge masterpiece of shit.
Much appreciation. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like all his tracks are like that too.
Yeah, so that's even cooler that you're in control. I think it's amazing when you have that ability like you do, and then you're able to utilize both sides of it to manipulate each other, the beat and the rhymes. You have full control of, to help bounce off of each other or set it up differently, and then just your mixing and engineering's on point. Like it's crisp, it's clean. Like
hell yes.
Like I said, there's depth. It's dope.
How many albums do you have out?
Oh, I lost count.
It's a bunch of mixtapes, right?
Yeah, I got a bunch of you know, what I do is I like to put out a lot of instrumentals. So I put out instrumental albums, soundtrack albums. You know, believe it or not, I even have a frequency album for those who want to get into meditation.
I was just about to ask you about that. I was just going through your record, like through your Spotify catalog, and I was like, I seen this record, No One, and that's featuring J vocals, and then I was like, I didn't hear no rapping on this.
Yeah, I do it all.
And then I'm like, what are the frequency projects? So I'm hitting the frequency projects, and I'm like, yo, he got volume 1, volume 2, he got like volume 3, he got a handful of them.
Yeah, he has a lot.
And they're all different. You get one for gut feelings, healing love, no longer hurting, mending hearts. Like, I'm sitting here like,
you want me to send you a whole list of
questions. I got so many questions. It's such a dope fucking thing. Because you don't come across a lot of artists that are giving you that type of diversity and versatility in their catalogs.
Facts.
Yeah, you know,
on a quality level.
Yeah. Yes, I don't want to be categorized. You know, you gotta be unlimited. You know, people limit themselves. So you know, if you want to always take it beyond, you got to challenge yourself each day. Step out of your body, jump back into your body, and you know, really see what it is that's out there, and not just put one type or two type of music out. You know, challenge yourself. Get on the keyboard. Wait till you hear some of this country stuff I got coming out.
Yeah, see.
So I was just gonna ask you, like, do you do sampling, or is all your stuff all?
No, I
like
do have some sampling stuff, because I have people that come to me and they want a particular song sampled. And what I usually do with sampled songs is I take the sample songs, I loop them, and then I play over them to give them a more depth. And then, as you hear, I do a lot of surround sound with my music, and I want to make sure that even if the sample's rocking, you hear these other instruments that's around it, 360.
Word.
Nice. That's dope.
Super dope, super ill. When I got all these tracks, I was like, oh man, I got so many tracks, guys. So like, you're gonna be in the playlist for weeks, probably.
Perfect.
Oh, I appreciate y'all for sure.
Because
Much love.
I think I got like, I don't even know how many I have, but I have a lot. So, but that's dope, man. It's props to your experience, props to your maintaining consistency, evolving as an artist, and then making something out of it, like, you know, growing a lot of potential with it.
He's worked with Big Meridex too.
Oh, fire.
Say word.
Family. That's family.
Finally got Meridox's tracks in. Like, his was going straight to the spam folder for some reason.
That sucks.
I ain't saying nothing, but
oh my god,
that's where I found them.
So Juice, what did you start your production career with? What was your hardware? What were you using back in the days when you started off?
Well, it's crazy. at one point when I actually started the production, because I started off as an MC, and I was in the group, and there was one other guy that was actually doing the music production. I had no clue how to do music production or anything. I mean, I'm talking about 8th grade. So we went to a studio back in the day. Yeah. So there's a studio back in the day called Such a Sound Studios, and Such a Sound, we fluctuated from Such a Sound Studios to Firehouse Studios in Manhattan. And in Such a Sound, one of my good friends, he was making the song, and then I heard something. I said, hey, maybe we should make the bass line sound like that and bring some horns like that. And respectfully, he turned around, looked at me and said, no, I'm going to keep it like this. This is how I want it, and that's how it's going to go. And I go, okay. But it triggered something in me. It triggered something in me. It sat on me, and I said, you know what? I'm going to learn to do this myself too. And
I feel that.
So in 91, when I was part of X Clan at the time, I was going through a studio in Queens called Easy Track Studio in Hollis. So a lot of people went there, the Afros. The person that was there was good friends with LL, Run DMC. So the guy's name is Grand Wizard DJ E. Earn. And I started doing music production in his studio first. And the way I did it is I would tell him what I wanted. I watched him with the SP12. I saw him doing some stuff with the Kai. We had to emulate the drum machine. And at times I put my finger on it, but I wasn't confident enough to actually put something together. He was putting it all together. He's just following my direction. And that's how it started, just me visualizing, watching, until one day I started putting my hands on it, and then I got myself a keyboard. I got myself a drum machine, a rolling drum machine. I got myself the 808. I mean, and I started really working. It's not until I touched that MPC 60 that's when it was over.
Game changer.
The first
Isn't that crazy how
let me tell you.
Yes, I feel it. Yeah.
I grew up with an MPC 62 in the house.
Woo! That's original.
That was
bro.
that was the one, man.
Yes.
That's amazing. What are you using these days?
Now I'm using the MPC 1, but I use the Reason software, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. So like are you tied it in with the Reason software?
Yeah.
Like as a controller?
But the controller I use next to the MPC 1 is the Kai MPK 88. So that has pads on it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. That's the big boy. So when I throw the sounds in there, there's pads on that too. So it gives me that boom bap that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, I still have my SP1200, man. So
and
my MPC 2000 Classic, and I think
that SP1200. The little spins.
Yo, so I was kicking it with one of the homies back in the day, probably about a year and a half ago. His name was MC Random. We were over at Flourish and Prosper, and he's doing a whole project on the SP1200. And that shit was fire watching him. It was called like Summer Party 12 or something like that. But yeah, it's a really dope project, man, and it was a dope throwback, and it was really dope to see it because the last time I seen somebody work on an MP1200, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
who's doing that? But watching him work, I was like, this is some shit.
Right.
The thing
is is some shit.
Well, I mean, going back to how you said, it's like not only it's the sound, and I think that going back to Juice, the emulators that come with the MPC 1 are very, very close to the SP1200. I'm not gonna lie, it's like I've seen a lot of people just make that transition over to and be like, you know what? But at the same time, it's like the fun and working on that machine. It just makes it something a little bit more. You're putting in work. So it's not just like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and turn on this emulator and make it sound. It's like you're still digging for drums and you're trying to get that sound because I mean, obviously, we were all,
exactly.
I mean, we want that sound. That's pretty much what.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, the MPC 1 definitely has those emulators in there that definitely, you know, have a nice crunchy sound, you know, to them beats. Yeah, so, yeah, exactly.
That's
really what it is. It crunches
we like crunchy.
Exactly.
When we're talking about beats.
Yeah.
We like crunchy for damn sure. What's your go-to for you know, your mastering process? What DAW are you using for that?
I'm using Pro Tools.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very old school. You know, Pro Tools is probably one of the most complicated ones, but I forced myself to really, really learn it, and I have good friends that definitely teach me new things inside of it all the time. I create to make the mastering process is a lot easier for me now because I create templates and I just tweak as I go.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the Pro Tools is once you get it into the position where you've learned enough about it, it makes it a lot easier in some ways. It's just hard to learn.
Yeah, it really is.
It's deep.
Yeah.
There's
It
a
really
lot
is.
to learn on it.
Yeah.
Like you said, you still learn stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a dope ass DAW, so that's awesome.
I had to jump into. I couldn't do Pro Tools, so I had to jump into Reaper. You know,
Oh yeah.
Reaper definitely. It's up there, you know. But like I said, it's definitely not. Again, it's not Pro Tools, but it's when you're just trying to get those ideas and everything.
Right.
But the quality has improved now, so to the point where it's like you can actually master from there and stuff. So, but
That's
like you're
good.
right, but Pro Tools. I mean, you know,
I never got into Pro Tools personally.
Was it like $8,000?
I know, for a key. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I took a music production class in college, and they had us, you know, start making, you know, producing on Pro Tools, and that was cool. But I gravitated towards Studio One from Presonus.
Yes.
And then, you know, and then we got into like Native Instruments machines, and then, you know, I was like, oh, I found my comfort. Because, man, I was weird, bro. I was raised old school and analog, right? Mm-hmm. But then, like, I'm 36. You know what I mean? So it was like at the time that I'm coming up, I grew up knowing one thing, and then soon as everything started getting digital, I was like, I'm confused. And then it was like I started on Fruity Loops, and because I only know analog, I'm like, oh, I got to be able to use this and something else. So then I went to Reasons for the strings and all the other sample packs that I could take from there, because I thought the strings and Reason back in early 2000s was the shit. So I was like, I'm playing strings here. I'm like, how the fuck do I make it stick? And then I'm like, oh, I have Wavelab. So then I'm like, fucking Wavelab. I'm sampling myself play. I'm bouncing files up. It was so hard. Yeah. It was like I'm changing floppies in fucking digital world, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
I mean, but you're saying it's like, you know, going from an old school. I mean, not old school. I don't want to say that, but just like the way that you were taught, and then going back to going into a classroom where they're trying to teach you what is new, and you're just like, I don't get it. And I'm not kidding. I went through that. You know, I went to East LA College for a music class, and what ended up happening is like they're trying to teach us with the Triton, you know, and I was like, what's this? And it's like,
what the fuck is that?
And I'm like, I mean, I have an MPC at home,
right?
And what they're teaching me was like, you just turn the knob and you have millions of instruments, and I was like, it was a game changer, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, it was tough for me too.
But I mean, I do feel what you're
it's
saying.
Tough.
So.
You got a whole drum kit laid across your keys. And I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And there's people in there killing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
damn. But you know, Native Instruments worked real easy for me. It was plug and play. I had all my samples already on a hard drive, so I was able to put everything in, and it was just like, it did exactly what the fuck I thought it was gonna do when I did what I did, and I didn't know it at all. And then I got Pops on it, and then Pops stood on Native Instruments DAW with the shit. I took my shit and I went to Studio One and I started producing in there, and that was a game changer. Because then I started learning, like, oh shit, I know where all my all my effects are. I know where I could bust shit. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Well, I think for one of the things that you're saying, it's like knowing where, you know, coming from the MPC world. Like my boy, shout out to Crumbum. We'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the first person. I was going to Cal State Dominguez Hills, and this guy pops out with an MPC and then with a hard drive that you would connect, and I'm like, yo, like, what is that?
Yeah.
And he
What
would
are
turn
you
it on.
doing?
Yeah, he would turn it on. No more floppies. It was straight. Turn on this big old box with a hard drive, and he had everything in there. Shout out to him, because it's like, but how you're saying, it's like meeting people and understanding how they're doing different. Everybody works different.
Right,
and
right.
how you're saying you're going. I mean, that's amazing, because you can do so much, but is it too much?
Right.
Is it too much? I don't know. That's just. But like I said, man, it's like Crumb.
That's
shout
dope.
out.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to Crumb. So, Juice, what is one of your fondest memories as, playing the backfield and seeing somebody do something with the production, or, on the mic, and you were like, yo, I could take that and elevate the shit out of it?
It was definitely when I was with X-Clan, because I did a lot of traveling with them, and when you traveled with X-Clan, you were basically their bodyguards. When there was a group of us, they called it like we were soldiers, we were messengers.
I was gonna say that. We just had that talk.
That's crazy. Let me tell you, and we didn't go there to have fun. We went there. We were like posted around the stage. We were pushing people from the stage. I mean, but to hear some of the things that Paradise did, and me being in the studio to hear, to see it done and to hear it in fruition. I mean, it was amazing, and I just couldn't wait till it was my turn to do the same.
That's right.
Can I ask one question?
Oh, please.
Oh, Juice, I know you mentioned earlier the Afros.
Right.
Did you ever work with them?
No. The person that owned the studio was working solely with the Afros.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, because I hadn't heard that name in a long time, man.
No.
And they were dope. They were dope. They're
definitely dope.
So
that's weird.
I was like, man. So
yeah.
It's like,
if you know type of shit.
I was like, man.
It's just crazy how you're around a bunch of people that made it, that had some form of stardom, that was on TV, had music videos, and I've done about 20, 30 years of that stuff just being in the background. Yeah. And it's not till later I was like, you know what? Rather than just submit music here, use my tracks here, put this on your album here. And a lot of times, people want to see you win. They just don't want to see you win more than they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I had a lot of that.
Facts.
A lot of that.
Too many people like that.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Very much. Very much. What are some things that you would offer as far as education to an upcoming artist or producer or somebody? Because in this day and age, nobody takes the seat back to watch, observe, study, grow. Everybody wants to be a starter, and technology allows us to go right into the game. What are some some things that you would put in a young man's ear trying to get into this game, considering that you've been here for a long time?
Definitely find a mentor, because that's what's missing in the younger rappers, because they come in and a lot of us old school cats, we don't really give them the opportunity, and they don't really give us the opportunity because we're already judging them and saying, no, this is not hip hop, and so on and so forth. If they had an OG to come to, it would have been so much better, and the respect out of a younger and an older would be so much better. So definitely find themselves a mentor, align themselves with someone who's been in the game, someone who's honest, someone who's genuine, and take it from there.
That is word.
Yeah.
That is word.
But I agree with you. It's like how you're saying. It's like, back in the day, it's like just to record a song. It's like how much it was to actually go into a studio and record. An Ampex reel would run you $250.
Come on, man.
That's one. And then not only that, engineer. And then if you really wanted to do it at home, it's like a 4-track recorder with $500. And I'm over here looking at a pawn shop trying to get a used one,
right?
Because
and there's something probably wrong with it.
But at the same time, how you mentioned, it's like trying to things are just kind of put in technology now. It's just like well, I can do it at home, like in the bathroom. It's like,
Right.
You know, it's
we have a friend who submits beat packs to the radio show. Juice, by the way, if you ever want your beats played, we'll talk over them during talk breaks. Just send us a folder of beats, and we'll make sure we get it
100%.
promoted and do all that.
Yeah.
We have a friend who does make beats on the phone, and he sends us all types of shit, and I'm like, damn, that sounds good. What are you using? He's like, koala? I'm like, what the fuck?
What is koala?
What the fuck is that? But it's, you know, but it works. I mean, it's technology
It's
is
an
so
app.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so crazy, and it's growing so fast that without OGs that can properly guide and help influence and, you know what I mean, at least give words of encouragement and be able to critique a little bit, like we're gonna lose. You know, we're going to lose every time because these kids are able to figure things out so quickly and have access to them in the blink of an eye. You know what I mean?
And I think how you had mentioned, like, you know, how you, the first time you were like Fruity Loops or something, you know. I mean, you look at Ninth Wonder and you're like, man, you know, look what he did. The work of art that he did.
Exactly.
I use Fruity Loops for all my shit.
No, I mean, I had heard Fruity Loops and I just
bounced
guy,
the MPC one into it.
And then were you using it together?
Yeah.
Oh man, so you must have gotten a dope sound.
Yeah,
because it's like I mean, for me, it was.
But I've
just
been
like,
using that since '99, like, so I just got used to using it. Every time
you never
I
found it.
updated.
You never found it too complicated or anything like that.
No, because I knew it from the get-go. That when it first came out, it was just a sequencer and like a minor mixer.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I remember I was trying to figure it out, and I had heard someone that was working with at that time. They were making beats for Psycho Realm, or in the little camp, and I thought they were using the SP1200. And when I go to their house, they didn't even have a controller. They were making beats with the keys,
With
like,
the keyboard.
With the keyboard.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, like how how is this? You know,
you turn all the keys into pads.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, like I did that with.
But coming from someone that's like, I have a giant MPC here, it's like, you know, it's just kind of interesting. But how you're saying, it's like Fruity Loops was definitely something that opened the door, you know, for a lot of producers, you know, or becoming, or people wanting to become producers in a very easy route. You know?
Yeah, my pops couldn't get into it, man. He was like, how do you see the bars and the beat line up? And I'm like, the fuck do you mean, bro? Like, you can't see the color changing? That's the start of bar, like,
it's
okay.
It's just
and he was
different.
just like, yeah, no,
It's
that's not for
different.
me.
Yeah,
he's like, that's not for me. He's like, listen to this. Start powering on all his fucking power strips and shit. Pulls out floppies. Let me show you something.
Get him. A whole rack of just like
exactly.
That's all you hear.
Yeah, turn everything on. Yeah, these kids don't know shit about that. Stop. Yo, Juice, who was one of the like your favorite studio sessions with as a producer?
Oh man, I would have to say my own artists, because we really sit down and build. I mean, a lot of the artists that I work with, it's always done virtually. You know, I send them a track, they send me the music back. But all my on-scene stuff is done here at the studio. And now, if you're talking about back in the days, it would probably be that same cat, the Deanster, that Mook Diamond from the Wu-Tang Management brought to me, because he was dope. He was really dope, and it's sad that it didn't work out with him. And at the time, you guys could look up a name, this brother named Keno Watson. He was signed to Sony, and his record came out, but it didn't do too well. But he was an R&B singer, and Keno Watson, and he actually did a debut on Deanster's, one of Deanster's songs, and it had the whole Cash Root Everything Around Me thing going on about it, and it was, I mean, dope. One day I'm gonna release this stuff. I got to sit down with Mook and see what he wants to do with that. If he wants to do something with that. If not, I'll probably release it as a mixtape, where nobody gets nothing, and let people really hear some of this old stuff that I've had back in the 90s.
Yes. Let's do it.
That would be some shit.
Tons.
I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah, that would be some shit. That would be some shit. When you do that, let us know. We definitely want to put our paws on that.
I got them lined up. I just wanted to speak to Mook first before I release that. But if I can't really get in touch with him, then I'll just release it as a mixtape, and it is what it is.
At that point, it's exactly what it is.
You know me?
So, man, let the people know where they can find you next, man. How they can stay supporting the brand, and what's next.
Oh man, you Google my name, everything comes up. JUICEDAWITCH Google Juice the Witch Doctor, everything comes up.
Yes,
everything.
it does.
Social media, Google knows who I am. I speak, it's crazy. I speak to AI. I say, who's Juice the Witch Doctor? And it's scary. It's scary. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm easy to find. I mean, the name is spelled a little differently. So, people would probably spell it exactly what it sounds like. But once you spell it right, you can find everything that I'm doing. I travel a lot, so I'll be traveling to you guys soon.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, we're gonna get you in the studio. It'd be dope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where could the people see you next?
Right now, I'm gonna head to Cali in a couple weeks because there's Dragon Fest happening, and Dragon Fest, as a lot of people don't know, I'm an 8th degree black belt, so I'm an established martial artist that decided to really pursue the music thing. So music is like kung fu to me, So and if you really hear it, you hear the transitions, you'll hear the changes and the feelings, the moods. My music is very mood swinging, So I'm gonna go to California to go to Dragon Fest to do a little promotion, appearance, let people see me, take pictures, kiss babies, politician stuff,
Exactly.
Politicking.
Exactly. Man, if you got a flyer for that event, man, send it to us. We'll make sure we get it promoted for the next couple of weeks. And we'll try to prep our audience.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Man, if y'all are already not following, get your ass caught up, man. Go follow all the special guests. Menace.O.B.E.Z at Juice the Witch Doctor. I know I got your mic off.
Oh,
now you won't.
Oh, that's me. I had to do it again.
Yeah. Follow at Juice the Witch Doctor, at Dig Fine Listen Sample Chop Repeat, and at Click the Super. And these are our guests for today's show. Thank y'all for tuning in, tapping in, man. Got a lot of family from across the states. Tennessee is most definitely in the fucking house. Big Face Benny is most definitely in the house. Speaking of Big Face Benny, we about to do a little debut of this 555 in this next 6-pack.
Let's go.
Pete Smith Fedora gonna drop some Big Face
the
Benny,
vibes. You know the fucking vibes, man. We had Juice, the Witch Doctor, cooling on GEMWORK Radio. Make sure you tap in every Thursday. It's where you want to be, man. I promise you that. We gonna get busy. We gonna jump back into the mix. Juice, we thank you so much for coming to the platform. We can't wait to have you here in the physical.
See you soon.
See you soon, for sure.
Coming up next, we got Menace, O.B.E.Z, and we gonna talk, we gonna rap, we gonna dig into some history.
Let's do it.
Shit is gonna be litrified, bruv. DonkeyBongsTV.com, DNKYBONGSTV.com. We jumping back into the mix with Beat Smith Medora, one of the illest with a fucking beard and goggles. You know the vibes, bro. Let's
Big Face Benny mix. Let's do this.
Let's do this shit, bruh.
I'm gonna drop it on you right now.
9 p.m. Mountain Time, where you should be tuned in with the team that make
Big Face Music World.
little, huh? B. Smith Mador about to give you that mix. Straight off the tune in. Money over bitches, wins over losses. Money over bitches, wins over hammered in the bag of rocks, never bag of rocks, but you moving bricks. Constipated thugs never